The Augmented Survey of the Geography of Korea was a comprehensive book of geography published in 25 books in the total of 55 volumes. The text portions of the Augmented Survey of the Geography of Korea were printed using metal type, while the maps were printed using wood blocks. In the text portion of Uljinhan in Gangwon Province, Usando and Ulungdo were recorded in the respective order with an explanation that the two islands are located due east of Uljinhan, without any information on the size or relative location of Usando. It is obvious that they followed the same information found in the New Geography Book of 8 Provinces and the Veritable Records of King Sejong. The Augmented Survey of the Geography of Korea also has a statement. According to one opinion, Usan and Ulung were originally one island. Why was this statement added when, prior to this statement, it stated that Usando and Ulungdo were two different islands? The compilers of the Augmented Survey of the Geography of Korea were meticulous as they selected the most objective and verifiable information for their geography book. It took them 15 years to compile the book, and they included not only the officially verified information, but also opinions or even hearsays that were contrary to it. After stating that Usando and Ulungdo were two different islands as the official fact, the compilers introduced a hearsay to let readers know that the existence of the two different islands was publicly recognized in the Veritable Records of King Sejong, but not in previous documents such as Samguk Sagi or the History of Goryeo during the time of the Three Kingdoms, Unified Shilla, and Goryeo. This is an illustration of the tradition of recording history in Asian countries. Historians only record. They do not create. Therefore, it is wrong to interpret that the statement meant Usando and Ulungdo were really believed to have been originally one island. Dongnamdo is the name given by modern experts for the 9 maps included in the Augmented Survey of the Geography of Korea, with the 8 maps of the provinces and the map of the whole nation called Paldo-Chongdo. Like Dongguk-jido, produced by Jong-chuk and Yang Sung-ji, Usando on Dongnamdo was drawn west of Ulungdo in accordance with the information in the Augmented Survey of the Geography of Korea. Therefore, the Usando on the map is Dokdo. Dongnamdo provided the illustration of the whole country, along with villages and the locations of shrines, military bases, rivers, and mountains, and there was a huge demand for it, especially among aristocrats. This led to the appearance of small-sized maps like Dongnamdo, and their publication continued from 1600 until the Joseon dynasty collapsed, and the changes and variations can be found on different Dongnamdo maps in the process of being copied down. On some maps, Usando was placed to the south of Ulungdo, or the Chinese character U in Usando was misspelled with similar Chinese characters, which changed the name of the island to Gangsando, Bangsando, or Jasangdo, or sometimes Usando was omitted altogether. These changes were not made by the cartographers or map publishers after verifying or comparing new information with existing maps. Rather, they were simply errors that occurred during map transcription or because of limited paper space. Therefore, it would be erroneous to determine whether Usando is Dokdo based on the changes or differences on the small-sized maps that were published after Dongnamdo. It must be noted that there are no Japanese maps with Dokdo prior to 1700.